And a go. Welcome back to Disaster Party Podcast. As always, this is Rob Cedeno with.
Oh, whoa, daddy, it's your boy Andy Vivians. That's Bivans, the one and only. And listen, I am loving this video YouTube stream because today we're on episode 17. Whoa, daddy.
Whoa, Daddy. I did not know if you were going to manage that one, to be honest with
Listen, I almost didn't know if I was going to manage this one.
you. Okay. Well, before we get started, as always, guys, we just appreciate all the love and support. So if you guys could just follow, like, share, subscribe, comment, review on all of our social media platforms, including YouTube, which we are on right now on video. Again, if you guys could do that, we would appreciate it. It helps us out in the most smallest ways.
Ooh. Once again, in the beginning, thank you. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for being a part of the disaster party, whoa, daddy.
Oh, Daddy, it is. All right, Andy. This is your topic, boy. This is like I led the combo on The Office, which we know that you haven't still watched any of it, but that's okay.
I
I want
mean,
you to teach me about DC.
all right,
I have a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
do it.
questions. I have a lot of questions,
I probably, possibly, might have a lot of answers.
and
Might.
I really am getting ready for this Snyder cut Justice
I
League
can't
edition.
wait. I can't
So I
wait.
need some answers. I need
All
to
right,
understand what's going on.
all right.
So can you
Let's
teach me and the listeners what is DC all about?
listen. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best. Uh, DC, man. DC is just like Marvel. Bunch of characters, bunch of comics that's been around forever. You got the Justice League, you got Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, you got Green Arrow, you got Cyborg, you got Beast Boy, you got Swamp Thing, you got Mr. Fantastic, you got the Canaries, you got Iris, you got Vision. Whoa,
Mm,
hold
mm,
on.
mm, mm,
I messed
mm,
up.
mm,
I'm gonna
mm.
take Vision back. I meant Vibe. You got Vibe. So many different
What
characters.
about Martian the Manhunter?
Absolutely. You got Morgana,
What
his
about Green
cousin.
Lantern?
You got Speedy. Oh, list goes on and on and on. And I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to get into the CW Arrowverse because they're doing big things. I'm excited to talk about Justice League, Batman, Superman, the different Jokers. You got Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson. Boom. So many different ones. And we can't forget
There's
Mark
literally.
Hamill or Kevin Conroy from the animated series.
Oh,
Legends.
I think Hamill's the
Legends.
best one though.
Absolutely. Hamill is Joker.
He is.
1000%.
He was the voice of the Arkham games too, right?
Yep. Well, some of them, not all of
Oh.
them.
Oh.
Troy Baker was Joker, I think.
Ooh.
He did pretty good. He did pretty
Wait, you
good.
want to know one thing I know about DC?
What's that?
That Mark Hamill was in an episode or two of The Flash as the toy maker.
Yes, he was. And if you know from the original Flash, Mark Hamill was also the toy maker.
What?
Yep.
Wait,
So they,
live action?
yep,
Really?
yep, yep.
This is why I need Andy here because I don't know jack shit about DC.
And the guy who plays the future Flash and the new Flash on the CW is the original person. His name escapes me. It's from Army of Darkness, Evil Dead.
Oh, oh, the main character.
What's yes?
I'm so
I can't
sorry,
think of his name. I can't think of his name.
but I know who you're talking about. So I'll just say
But he's the original Flash.
that guy. Oh, that's cool.
Yes, yes. So it's awesome. You get to see him. He plays Barry Allen's dad, which is awesome because
Really?
he's the
Is that the
original
same guy?
Flash. Yep, yep.
Let's see.
What is his name? That's gonna bug me.
You keep talking since you know more. I'm gonna
So
look it up.
since we're on the Flash, we'll just start with CW. CW started with Green Arrow. They started with Arrow. Originally, they wanted to do a Batman show, but because of rights, because of contracts, they couldn't do Batman. So the next best thing was to give us Green Arrow with the personality of Batman. And
That's
with,
not. Wait, you're talking about this guy?
yeah,
He's not
this,
the guy from Army of Darkness.
yes,
No, he's not.
it is. No,
No,
it's
he's
not.
not.
Is it?
Mm-mm.
No?
Uh-uh.
Who am I thinking of?
Mm-mm. You
Are you
are
sure?
thinking of Evil Dead. Bruce Campbell. You
Yes.
you are
Yes, I
thinking
am.
about
Yes,
this
I am.
this handsome gentleman right here.
That guy. That guy. That guy. Yep. So my bad. My mistake.
So good. I was
I
confused
got it
because
wrong.
I love those movies, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
Wait, what? Not same person. No. Both still awesome. Not same
Yes,
person.
I agree.
But yeah, so Arrow kicked it off, and then after Arrow led into the Flash, Flash started its own show, but they all worked together in the same universe. So it was different shows doing different things, different storylines. But every once in a while, you'd get a crossover episode. So first it was Arrow and Flash, then it was Arrow, Flash, and Supergirl. Then we got the Legends of Tomorrow. We got Black Lightning out of it. Now we got Superman and Lois, which is awesome. Go check out my small YouTube rant on that.
I'm going to say, Andy, really quick. I'm going to give you a shout out. That was cool. It made me want to watch it.
That's awesome.
And something we didn't mention yesterday in our news cap of our new format is that every now and then, might not be every week, either Andy or myself will do a little quick take of something that we watched on the YouTube, exclusive to the YouTube. That if it's a TV show, a movie, a sporting event, a wrestling event, we're just going to do a quick 3 to 5 minute, if not less, video strictly exclusive to our YouTube channel. So check that out. But Andy, that was a great job. I appreciate that. That was awesome. By the
Thank you,
time
thank you.
I watched it, I was like, I might need to watch this show because you made it sound interesting enough without spoiling anything. So I appreciate that.
Bro, that was the hardest part, is not spoiling anything. Because I know how it feels. Like, I remember I used to miss an episode, but I have it on DVR, and I'd be scrolling through Instagram or Twitter, and it would pop up, oh, this happened. I'm like, great. Now I don't want to watch the episode. Walking Dead did that for me too, all
Yeah.
the time.
I'm gonna finish Walking Dead when it's finished.
Yeah.
The last episode I watched was something with a tiger.
Okay.
Yeah, so
King Ezekiel and his tiger.
yeah, I'm like way far back. But
Yeah.
go ahead, continue. Sorry.
No, yeah. CW created this entire universe, and it's a bunch of different shows, bunch of different storylines, but it all comes together. And then when they do awesome crossovers, that Flash, I have that exact one too. Mine's a little faded though, but I have that one. Um, but yeah, I love Arrow. Absolutely love Arrow. Arrow had 8 great seasons. I heard there was a 9th one. It's probably just a rumor though, because the way they ended it was perfect. But
Andy. Hello.
nope, there you are.
Hello?
There you are. Did you freeze?
Did they get you?
Did you freeze? I think they got you.
It says internet connection is unstable.
Oh, do you have me now?
Oh, I could see you.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I'm good on my end.
You froze on me for a second.
Do you, bro?
All right. So we have comics. We have the New 52. We have all these different Jokers. Batman, animated series, cartoons. Like, DC has been putting out some good stuff. Movie wise, they've been okay for the most part. I mean, I enjoy them just because I enjoy all things DC. I like seeing them bring the characters to life and putting them to the screen. But I think movie wise, they're trying to be Marvel, and I understand that. You know, Marvel took 7 years to start building something before DC started. And then when DC started, they wanted to catch up. So they just released everything. One pet peeve is they did the Justice League. I think they rushed the Justice League. But Snyder is about to save DC. Almost have my word on it.
Listen, I know I mentioned it yesterday on the podcast that, or yesterday's podcast. Justice League was not that good.
See,
You want to know what
I
I
agree.
think I got bothered by so much? And I might be nitpicking here. Is that I know that the Justice League that they released was
Yeah.
basically rushed, right? And there was a scene that Wonder Woman and Aquaman were fighting next to each other,
Mm-hmm.
and you could clear as day fucking tell it was green screen. Like,
From the original, right?
oh my god, it was so bad. I was like, you guys have so much millions of dollars on this movie, and you could tell, like, not. I mean, obviously they're using a green screen, and obviously a lot of like almost all movies use green screen. But it was so fucking obvious for a big time movie like that, a big ticket movie. I was like, what the fuck?
So I said it yesterday. I'm gonna say it again today. Well, let me start off by saying this. Um, I feel like they are doing what games are doing now. I don't know if it's because of COVID and they don't have enough people or what, but games are putting out half games. Like, and it's pay to play now. They'll
They've
give
been
you
doing that shit for years, bro. It's not
an
COVID.
unfinished game. Then they'll be like, oh, here's the update with brand new stuff, and it's the rest of the game, and then they make you pay for it. I feel like Justice League did the same thing. They gave us this weird Justice League. Henry Cavill was shooting what movie was it?
Oh, it was fucking Mission Impossible, and they fucking
Yes.
3D faced his mustache off instead of just shaving the shit. What
Warner
the
Brothers.
fuck?
Warner Brothers, billion-dollar company, owns the rights to DC and can't do it. I don't know. It was bad. His face was terrible
Okay,
in the
can
original
I say
Justice
something
League.
real quick? Wouldn't it be easier to put a fake mustache on him for Mission Impossible and just shave the fucking mustache off for Justice League instead of
Yep.
paying probably $1 million to fucking CGI it off?
Yep. Yep. But they wanted him so bad. Actually, honestly, in my opinion, I get why they wanted to do that because I mean I feel like putting a fake mustache on him would have been the same thing. What they should have done was they wanted the shot for Henry Cavill. They wanted Superman to be in Justice League. He said, "Listen, I'm recording Mission Impossible 2, so it's got to work around that schedule as well." They should have let him finish Mission Impossible 2 because that came out way before Justice League did.
Way before Justice League.
And then once he's done with that, shave the mustache and go record what you had to record for Justice League. And they did him dirty like they did Joker, Jared Leto. They only gave him a little bit of scenes, and then that was it. Like you couldn't tell me you couldn't wait until he was done and then do that. But the good thing about Snyder Cut is Superman's supposed to have more scenes. Superman's supposed to have a black suit, which is gonna be awesome.
You know that the black suit, I did do a little research. The black suit apparently was first released the first time he wore it in comics was Death of Superman. And that actually the black suit is what most Kryptonians wear on Krypton because it actually absorbs the sun more.
Yep.
And on Earth, it gives him faster regeneration abilities.
Yep.
I did a little research,
Yep.
motherfucker.
Yeah, Rob coming through. So he's getting more record time or more screen time now. Leto is finally getting his proper respects that he deserves.
I heard that Leto is Joker. Maybe this is a spoiler, but Snyder said it. Is that he's a Joker in Batman's alternate like dreamverse.
Okay.
Like you know in the Justice League when he was like it was like in the future and like all that stuff. It was like a desert. Apparently Joker's in that like dreamscape.
Okay. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
You know how much scenes Leto shot as Joker with what's her name, the girl who played Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
They shot so many scenes that they could have done their own Joker and Harley Quinn movie, and Suicide Squad cut them out once again.
And where
Half
is all
movie.
that footage?
They won't release it. I don't know why. And fans all over the world had to go to social media for what, 5 years, 6 years now, being like, release the Snyder Cut. We want to see the Snyder Cut. Finally, that's coming out. And it looks amazing. And there's a lot more villains than what they gave us one.
Yeah, and he was a weak ass bitch.
I count two right now, and they say there's supposed to be five more that's supposed to be
Well,
released.
Darkseid,
Yep.
the villain, whatever his face was from the original version.
Yep.
You got Joker.
Yep.
You got oh my god, what's his name? He was in Arrow. He's like the Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
Yep, he's in it.
You got Lex Luthor.
Is he?
I think so.
That'd be cool. Is it the Lex Luthor? Is it Facebook guy?
Probably gonna be Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So that's five right there.
Boom.
But I heard, okay, so again, what I'm reading here is all stuff that Snyder said. He said that Deathstroke, that Batman basically has to start recruiting some bad guys to fight the main boss.
That's gonna be awesome. Well, Darkseid is like Thanos.
But apparently Darkseid is in the movie, but just like Thanos in the first Avengers, he was in the credit scene, so he didn't fight. Apparently he's in the movie, but he's not the battle.
I can understand that.
Because they wanted him to be like the three-part arc, and like the third movie or whatever would be kind of like how the third Avengers movie is the Infinity.
Yeah. Well, I think if they keep building it, like they can do that.
And I heard that a lot of the movie is going to be focused on Cyborg and his story.
I could see that. Because, well, besides Flash is getting his own movie, but Cyborg's the only one they never gave a, like, they gave a backstory to, but it was very brief. Mm-hmm. Granted, the whole thing was revolved around the cube, but still, they kind of gave like a small tidbit on it and was like, oh, he can interact with it, he could speak to it, so he can find what's going on.
And not to get into all the drama that's going on, but I do not believe the actor who plays Cyborg will be coming back.
That's sad.
Unless things change.
He was good for Cyborg. I thought he was really good for Cyborg.
Again, I did not closely pay attention to that character only because they didn't really give him a backstory.
That's fair.
And like you said, that there's been two different Flash TV shows. There's been countless Superman TV shows and movies. There's been countless Batman TV shows. There's been Aquaman cartoons. There's been Aquaman TV shows. There's been Wonder Woman TV shows, Wonder Woman movies. There has never been a Cyborg only movie, show, or anything like that. So he's not even a character that like I'm super familiar with.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes for Green Lantern. And I love Green Lantern, but the movie with Ryan Reynolds was so bad that I was like, they did Green Lantern dirty.
That's why Deadpool took him out.
Well, yeah, but I think that a properly done Green Lantern movie would be fucking awesome.
So I'll give you one better. Okay. I think, and I mentioned it in the Superman review. I think. All right, how can I not spoil this? I think somebody
spoiler alert
is going to come back and return as John Stewart with the Green Lantern ring in the CW series. And I think if they build him that way, well, okay. So another thing I have a problem with, I'm just going off the cuff here. Them not using the actors who are building the name for the superheroes in their main movies.
Yes, I agree with that. And I'm glad that Marvel is actually doing that because apparently they're doing a Disney Plus show. I think we've talked about it for like Luke Cage and Iron Fist. And I believe Daredevil will be in the next Spider Man movie.
Which is awesome, which is what they should be doing. I mean, it was a huge controversy when they casted I'm gonna like butcher his name, Israel Miller, or
Yeah.
is
But at least they
yeah.
tied it in, which I think that maybe they could do that with the movies because they tied it in and he was in the Flash TV show. I don't
Which
watch
was
it, but I
awesome.
heard it. I heard
It
about
was
it. I heard
awesome.
about it.
They kept it as a secret for a long time, and then he pops up and he was like, "Hey, you're me. I'm you. You're me." But like that was a huge thing because Gus's Grant was doing everything he could to put Flash on the map, just like Stephen Amell was doing everything that he could do to put Arrow on the map. And then they're like, "Oh, we're getting a Justice League movie. That's gonna be awesome. Gus's Grant's gonna be the Flash." And then they cast some. I'm not saying I'm starting to the new Flash is starting to grow on me, but I just mean people are so used to this one that they want to see him. But again, CW did the right thing and they noticed it and they were like, oh, it's a different universe. That's why. But and brought everything together.
Mm.
So
See, I read when I used to like heavily read comic books. I read DC.
mhm.
Like I read the new Krypton, like when Superman started a new Krypton. Um, I have the Infinite Crisis, is I think that's called,
Okay.
when Batman gets killed
Yep.
by Darkseid, I believe.
Yep.
Um, I read that whole story. I own that storyline, like the actual issues. I have the Black Lantern series when the Black Lantern was basically like it brought people back from the dead.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I love that series. Like I have a lot of these DC series that I really enjoyed, but a lot of it is like either it's too dark for movies,
Yep.
like they're not gonna kill Batman off in a movie like that. I mean, maybe they will. Um, the Black Lantern, that's dark as shit. Like
Yep.
you got like people coming in and just killing people, but then like you even have like off characters like the Hawk and I don't know if that's like the names might be wrong, but like the Hawk girl and the Hawk guy,
Yep.
like
Yep.
how like when they die, they basically come back to life, not knowing, and then they have to find each other again and like fall in love again, but they're always meant to be, so they always end up finding each other. Like that's like cool. Like you could really make a full fucking like CW drama shit out of that
We'll
stuff.
see. We'll see with that storyline. They did that on Legends of Tomorrow, where they brought Hawk Girl back.
Yes, I did watch that episode,
Yep.
but they could do a whole series like that,
Oh yeah.
like a
Yeah.
time travel type series like that.
Which is what they're essentially doing with Legends of Tomorrow. They're all time travelers,
That's true.
and they're like going through time. And I think it's the episode with Vandal Savage, and she's been fighting Vandal Savage all of her lives because she's coming
Yeah.
back as different people. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. Like I've read Nightfall, which is an amazing series with Batman and Bane breaking Batman's back.
Yeah, that was
I've
good.
read my favorite Killing Joke,
Dude, I
where
have that like right over. I was looking at it. I was like, I have it. It's right over there.
that's one of
Let me
my
go grab it.
favorites. Do it. So Killing Joke is where Joker actually paralyzes Barbara Gordon and puts her in the wheelchair, and then he also kidnaps uh, Detective Gordon and puts him through this entire ringer of stuff. It's super graphic, but it's such a great story. But then you get to see how like Barbara Gordon goes from being Batgirl to being Oracle and kind of helping Batman out in the field. For the CW listeners, it's like the Green Arrow with his Felicity, except Felicity can walk.
But that's like a whole nother thing in Batman that they could do. The fact that Batgirl is paralyzed and she's like the Oracle and like all that. Like that's like a deep story that they could do. And the fact that like again, now I'm getting into like you like triggered some of my DC nerdum. But it's like
Uh,
the fact that like Dick Grayson ends up going to be uh uh uh, uh
Red Hood. No, 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 no,
no
no. Nightwing,
Nightwing,
Nightwing.
And then you have the next Robin who ends up being Red Hood, and then you have
Oh,
Damian,
good.
and then you have Damian who is like Ra's al Ghul's daughter who Batman has sex with, and then she gives birth to Damian who becomes the fucking like Robin. Like that's just good. So ready? I
Tiny
spent
little demon.
so I found 3 DC books that were like in reach. So
Okay. Which one is that? Batman and Son. Him and Damien.
yep.
That's a great one.
Um,
Lovers and Matt. That's a really good story too.
mhm. And then the one that we were just talking about.
Kill it. That's a classic.
Yes.
That is a
The
classic.
cartoon was garbage.
On that one?
Oh yeah, that dude. I
What, the
remember.
movie?
Yeah, the cartoon movie. I was like, okay, this is gonna be good. And then it wasn't as dark because the reason why that book is so good because it was dark. So it
Yes.
wasn't as dark. And then at the end, Batman's just they're laughing at each other.
I like the end. I like the movie, but the movie is not as good as the comic. Because you're right, the comic is a lot darker. Um, but I think with that end, it's almost like Joker and Batman see each other, and then they realize um, they're pretty much the same person, but they're fighting for different perspectives, so to speak. Like Batman's trying to uphold like honor and justice, and Joker is just taking over this psychotic madman persona, and they're pretty much the same person, but they're just both fighting at different perspectives. Exactly. Also, they don't laugh in that comic together
Well,
at all.
Joker. I just double checked it. Joker laughs while Batman's like choking him out.
Yeah, yeah. And well, then the movie had Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy, two iconic voices of Batman and the Joker. So I think that's where a lot of the popularity came from.
I will tell you though, I will give DC this. Their cartoon movies pretty damn good.
Oh, 1000%.
The Red Hood was awesome.
Red Hood is amazing.
That movie was awesome.
One of my favorites.
If
That and Flashpoint Paradox.
yes, that was good too. If DC made the live action movies, even just take the same fucking story and just make it a live action movie, they would have done so much better. So much better. So much better.
So DC went almost the same route that Marvel did for their animated series. And they were building it, building it, building it. You had Flashpoint Paradox. And from Flashpoint Paradox on, it was a continual story of different characters in different movies. Justice League Dark. And then the last Justice League one, because Hyro made me watch it, and I didn't watch it for weeks, and he kept yelling at me. So I finally watched it. And at the end of the movie, it all turns around again. And he's like, yo, you know you got to remake the Paradox, put everything back together, right? He's like, but that was bad the first time. And you're like, no, you got to do this. And then he did it and reversed everything. So, like, they're within the animated series, just their storytelling is awesome.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. I wish they would, like I said, I wish they would do the same thing with the live action. So what? We touched on Superman. We touched on Batman. We touched on Cyborg. We touched on, well, I touched on as much Cyborg as I knew. Is that he's like a football player. He got injured, and then he had to get his body repaired.
Yep.
But
Yep.
besides, if you have anything to add, I don't really know anything about Cyborg because, like I said, I don't. There was never really anything that, like, no cartoons. Like I said, no cartoons, no movies or anything. So I don't know if you
I
have.
mean, they had them in the Justice League cartoon, like when we were younger, when they had like the Batman animated series and like the
Yeah,
Superman or Adventures of Superman. Cyborg was in the Justice League a lot, but he was more, and he was in the Teen Titans cartoon too as
that's true.
well.
See, that's where I know him from.
And
But he's funny in that. It's
he's
not like a
more
serious.
serious.
Yeah.
Oh well, it depends on what Teen Titans you're watching. If you're watching Teen Titans Go, then he's just absolutely hysterical slash
Yeah.
like laid back. If you're watching the regular Teen Titans, then he's more methodical, more calculated.
That's true.
And then you have the second Justice League, that series that they made, um, where you saw more of the superheroes. So you saw like Black Canary, you saw Green Arrow, Martian Manhunter, Morgana.
Those are like, well, I know Martian Manhunter, Green Arrow, Black Canary, Hawk, the girl, and Green Lantern. Like,
Mhm.
including the people that are in the movie, that's like the core.
Oh yeah,
But where are they? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's like almost. I feel like they are more important to the Justice League. Those characters, so Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Canary, and the Hawk uh, partners,
yeah.
they're more important to the Justice League than like Hawkeye and Black Widow are to the Avengers, in my opinion.
Well, the original Justice League. So if we're talking Avengers, like Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow,
Ant Man.
Hawkeye,
Ant Man
and
was part of the original.
Ant Man was part of the original. The original Justice League was Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern.
Or Green Arrow.
Green Arrow wasn't a member until later on.
Okay.
So Green Arrow is kind of like the added on. So if we're talking Marvel series, like Green Lantern was the Vision, like how Vision was added on or born later
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
so like the
Martian
original,
Manhunter was in the cartoons.
yes. Oh yeah, he was a part of the original too.
Yeah, and like I think about the cartoons. So the cartoons, I don't think they had the Hawk people, but they had Green Lantern, they had Martian Manhunter, and, and Green Arrow
Yep,
and
they had Hawk.
Canary.
They had Hawk Girl and Hawkeye and the second Justice League series,
Oh, okay.
Justice League Unlimited, when they came out with that,
Oh, okay, okay.
which was like the second like the takeoff series from the first one.
Okay.
That's when they started adding a lot more characters to it. The first one was kind of like, okay, we have Batman the animated series, we have Superman the animated series, let's put them together.
Yeah.
They did a couple crossovers, but then Justice League came out of that.
Okay. And then there is Aquaman, the worst superhero of all time.
He speaks to fish.
Um, I remember watching the Aquaman cartoon,
I don't. I don't
and
think I've
that
ever seen it.
okay. I'm pretty sure it exists, but it could be that bad that people don't remember it. But I remember watching the cartoon, and I think even as a kid, I was like, "This shit is boring as fuck." Um, and the fact that, yeah, Aquaman. This is how old this shit is, and I watched this shit. I'm not even lying to you. This, it was Aquaman. It's a TV show. There's 18 episodes, and it aired between 1967 and 1969.
Oh wow.
And I watched it.
Oh wow.
This shit was so bad that even I was like, this is stupid. Okay? And they make fun of Aquaman on fucking Robot Chicken and all these other shows about you're the worst superhero. And he's just like, no, I talk to fish. And they're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think the only reason why people even care about Aquaman now is because of Jason Momoa.
1,000%.
If it
So
was
I've
anybody else, it would literally people would be like, "Why the fuck do I need to watch a movie?"
oh
And I think
absolutely.
they picked him so he could just walk around with his shirt off.
Absolutely. He had
'Cause-
popularity at the time.
Yeah,
And that's why they chose him. Because they knew people were gonna watch it because of him.
yeah. Because I, like I said, I got bored of that movie, and
Of
maybe,
Aquaman.
maybe I went in like going, "This shit's stupid," but I fell asleep.
See, I said it in the news. I'll say it again. Aquaman, Batman vs Superman, and Man of Steel, I think, were the best ones of DC so far. I mean, I liked Wonder Woman, but I
Whoa, Wonder
didn't
Woman
like
one.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman 1 was so. I think that was top notch DC. Top notch DC Wonder Woman 1. I
Yeah.
did not hate Birds of Prey.
I didn't see Birds of Prey.
You haven't seen Birds of Prey?
Nope.
You have HBO, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's on there.
I gotta watch Birds of Prey, and oh yeah, I gotta watch Birds of Prey.
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah.
I didn't
Um.
hate it. I hate because it was like it was very Deadpool esque, but with Harley Quinn.
Well, they have Black Mask as the main villain, right?
Yeah, and it's basically so think about how like Deadpool is, how like he talks to himself. She kind of does the same thing, and it's about her breaking up with Joker. So it's like after Suicide Squad.
That
So
kind of
she,
reminds me of the Harley Quinn animated series, which is awesome.
and that's on HBO too, right?
Yep.
I need to start watching that, and I need to watch uh what's that other DC show on HBO? It's like Teen Titans but live action.
Oh, it is Teen Titans. I've seen the first series or the first season. It's pretty good. I haven't seen the second one yet, but
Oh, that is actually Teen Titans, but
yep,
just live action. But it's
yep,
not named Teen Titans.
yeah, it is.
No,
I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure it's named
I
Teen
feel I
Titans.
feel like it might. Oh, I think it's called Titans.
Titans, that's what it is. Yeah, yeah. It's got Robin. It's got Beast Boy. I don't think it has Cyborg yet, or unless season two does. It's got who's the alien chick that's in love with Robin?
Oh,
Uh,
Starlight or something. Star
Starfire. It's
Starfire,
got
yeah, something like
Starfire.
that.
It's got Raven. It's pretty good.
Bro,
Um,
I gotta show you my DC collection of comic books. I think you would be relatively impressed for the amount of that I normally don't
I agree.
follow DC.
I agree. I got a couple things. So, three things. One, going back to your 1968,
Uh-huh.
I have a 1968. So, this is going back to when they went to the movies for like TV Showtime movies, and they went every week. The original Batman. Uh,
Pow!
it's no, 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 no,
Wham!
no.
Oh,
Before that,
oh.
we're talking like black and white. It's bad.
I don't think I've ever seen that, but the Adam
It's
West
bad.
Batman, I've watched all of those episodes.
Adam West is awesome.
I have seen every single episode. I could not tell you what happens because I watched them as a kid, but I definitely watched all of the Adam West, and I just remember as a kid seeing wham, punch,
Pow.
stick, pow, holy cow, Batman.
Right? Two, if you love Deadpool, then you're gonna love the Harley Quinn because it's pretty
Okay,
much the same thing for
okay.
the series. Three, everybody hates Aquaman until like DC did. They brought out a bunch of games. DC brought out Injustice, and Aquaman is one of the best characters used in Injustice,
Okay.
hands
I
down.
have Injustice too,
Okay, okay.
but I never played as Aquaman because I think he sucks.
No, no, no. Aquaman's a beast.
Okay.
Trust me.
They probably have
Trust
to
me.
OP him because everyone's like, I'm not gonna play as this fucker.
See, me and Hyro played. He would play as Aquaman, and I'd play as Sinestro, and I would just keep dropping rocks on him all day. And
Okay.
he'd hate me. He's like, "Yo, you're spamming." Yeah, I know, because if you drop the trident, I'm done. Like that's it. Game over.
Trying to think
Um,
of yeah. I just remember Batman, the cartoon was always great.
yep,
Justice League the cartoon was great.
yep,
Definitely like the Adam West Batman, like we were just saying, is awesome.
yep.
I'm trying to think of what other Batman Beyond was awesome.
Batman Beyond was dope, and they're trying to make a
Underrated.
movie out of it too. Oh,
Underrated,
I
I
want
think.
them to make a movie out of it. Well,
I
Michael
feel like
Keaton.
that's Robert Patterson's kind of Batman.
It would be, but I think he's doing year one Batman.
I heard that they're bringing back Keaton as like an old Batman.
Yep. And I think he's going to play old Bruce
Yeah.
to was it Toby McGinnis? I think is his name as Batman Beyond.
Oh, not
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson.
No, no.
So he's a different Batman movie.
Yeah.
Too much
Yeah.
shit, bro.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson is like year a little bit after year one because they're getting more back to his like detective skills type deal. So you're
I
gonna have a
like that. I
lot
like
of
that.
yeah, they're gonna have a lot of villains that you know but you don't know. It's kind of like what Gotham tried to do until they
Yeah.
realized they were failing, and then they brought all the rest of the other villains out.
Well, I watched I think the first season of Gotham, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, but it's a Batman show with no Batman.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and then I think at that point it was like, yeah, I'm kind of over it.
Okay, so let me tell you what made me mad about that show. Okay, had it on my DVR, so like I had to watch it. Then they brought the kid from American Horror Story into it to play Joker, to play Jerome. I think he was in American Horror Story.
No, he was in Shameless.
Okay,
And
he.
and he plays the blah 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 main character in Jedi Fallen Order, the video game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So he plays a perfect rendition of Heath Ledger's Joker. Perfect. Then they kill him off.
For
He's
his
got a twin
twin.
brother.
Yeah, what the fuck is that shit?
And they make his twin brother a different version of Joker, almost trying to be Leto's like gangster, but more civilized. And then here is my problem. They get into the final season. Bruce comes back as Batman in the final episode.
Does he?
Yes, he does.
Oh.
You never see him as Batman. Okay. He's in Ace Chemicals, or Joker kidnaps Gordon's girl or daughter. I don't even remember because I hated it so much. So Gordon has to go meet Joker so that way he can get her back, right? Rah 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 rah, and then all of a sudden you see flash, 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 flash. It's Batman. Joker's holding the gun. I got you. I got you. I got you. Batarang out of nowhere. Oh no. Batarang to the eye. Oh no. Joker's down. Joker and Batman never have a fist fight.
And that's how it ends?
The only time you see, and then it goes to them talking, them talking, them talking. Oh, we wonder where Bruce went. When is he ever going to come back? And then you see Bruce standing on top of the building, dressed as a bootleg Walmart version of Batman, and the series is over.
Well, I'm never gonna watch Gotham. But you want to know? Okay, so I get you on that because that's super frustrating. Smallville was the kind of the same way, but he didn't. Well, he didn't go into the suit until the last episode, like the last 30 seconds, right? But the entire show was based around Clark Kent, just not Superman yet.
Yeah.
So like Gotham had the kid in, but he was more based around Gordon, right?
Yes. It was supposed to be based around Gordon and Gordon's trials, and just had a sprinkle of Bruce Wayne.
And it stayed that way pretty much.
Yep.
But then Smallville, like he was called the Blur, I
Yep.
think, beforehand, and it was like because he would just run in his like red blazer or whatever, like his red shirt, and then he wore like a black shirt with the black Superman logo with a black trench coat for a little bit,
Yep.
and then at the end he finally put on the suit. But at least the story was based around him discovering his powers, discovering all this stuff, and it's still like a Superman show, but without him in the outfit. So like it was less frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah. But once again, it was CW that did Smallville.
Yeah, but it
So
was Fox that did Gotham, right?
yeah. And that was I feel like that was the prequel to the Arrowverse. And so
I
that's
thought Arrow
why
came out before that.
Arrow came out way after Smallville. Way after Smallville.
No, I meant Gotham.
Gotham?
Yeah,
Arrow, yeah, Arrow came first, and then Gotham came. But you can't touch the two
yeah, they
at
don't
all.
touch it all. Yeah,
But that's why. So kind of jump topic from here, which is really funny. This is why I hope they do something on Green Lantern. I remember I was watching it, and Trace was like, "Hey, why is Dickel going in there?" Like Nickel, but she called him Dickel, and I'm like,
who's
"Nope, nope,
Nickel?
nope, nope. It's Diggle.
Diggle. Oh, from
John
Arrow.
Diggle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So that's why I hope they move forward into telling that story, and then they can either create a whole new series, or
Because I liked him in Arrow,
oh, he was great.
but he didn't have superpowers. But he was like a badass without being a superpowered badass.
He wanted the mantle. He
Yeah,
wanted the mantle,
yeah.
and then they gave him the
Again, I didn't watch the show, so I can't add to it. I know that there was a Red Arrow, Canary, and
Arsenal.
yeah, and like that's I saw some of that stuff, but
Yeah, it's so good, so good, and it's just a lot of the things. The thing I like about CW is they took a lot of the comic aspects and they put little Easter eggs in them. So like you get to see certain suits, you get to see the Superman series. I guess I could tell it now because we're in a weekend. It's fine.
yeah.
It's not really a spoiler, but you see Superman holding a car over his head and putting it down. That's an iconic photo of Superman from the comic books that they put inside there. And one of the crossover series, the street is Nolan and I think Nolan and Snyder or Nolan and something is one of the streets, and it's
Mm.
the two directors of
Oh,
Batman
okay.
and Justice League. So they're constantly putting small little things in. There's one crossover I can talk about it
Do
where
it.
Supergirl
Do it.
is with everybody, and Adam walks by. Adam is the actor who played in Superman Returns. Brandon Roth.
Okay, yeah, but he's like, yeah, he's Adam.
Yeah, yeah.
For some reason, I thought you meant Adam, not
No, no, no,
Atom.
no. He's Adam.
Yeah.
So he walks by, right? And Supergirl looks at him, and then she looks at Barry and goes, that guy looks like my cousin. Pop me.
That's funny.
Pop me.
That's
I was like,
funny.
oh, I see what
I
you
did
did there.
not like his Batman movie.
Oh, a Superman movie?
Yeah, or yeah, that's what I meant. Superman movie. Sorry, that was mine.
Me either. Me either.
The original Superman movies was awesome. Christopher Reeves,
Oh, yeah.
those were awesome.
Nobody touches Christopher Reeves.
No, those were awesome. I'm just so disappointed, well, upset, and how unfortunate it was that he got paralyzed after his like riding a horse or something.
Yeah.
Because he could have been
Yeah.
rocking Superman for like
Oh, forever.
forever. Oh yeah,
Forever.
forever. He could probably be still rocking like an old Superman right now.
Mm-hmm.
Those movies were like ahead of their time, I think.
They had General Zod. They had Zod's crew. You know, they had probably the greatest Lex Luthor to
Yep.
ever do it.
Did you know a fun
Um,
fact? I don't know the actor. Okay, so you might know this.
okay.
But the actor who played Superman's father
Mm-hmm.
in the original
Mm-hmm.
series was the main titled actor on the poster.
Wait,
Christopher,
what?
yeah. So Christopher Reeve was not the main titled actor on the original Superman movie.
Wow.
Whoever played his father, who was only in it in the beginning, was listed as like the main actor because he was such a big actor, and they thought that because Christopher Reeve was like a no-named actor essentially, they basically put that the father, whoever the actor was the main actor as the main listed actor, so people would want to see the movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they did that for Suicide Squad.
Did
They
oh
kept basing the entire movie off of Joker and Will Smith
yeah,
because
there's barely anything.
there was no Joker at all.
That's true. I'm so like again, we talked about that before. I'm so disappointed in that because like he said that he there was so much to that movie that did not air.
Him and Harley could have had their own movie.
Oh,
That's how
okay.
much they recorded.
Jor-El, okay? Marlon Brando played Jor-El,
Oh, of course.
and they put him as the main titled actor because Christopher Reeve was a no name.
That's crazy.
So they basically used Marlon Brando as come see this movie, and he was in it for like 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, fun fact.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they did the same thing for Suicide Squad. I think Suicide Squad was good. Suicide Squad 2 coming out featuring John Cena.
John Cena.
It's going to be awesome.
You can't see me. You know he's getting his own HBO series too. Whatever.
Is it really?
The character that he's playing is getting his own HBO Max series.
Ooh, that's going to be awesome.
I don't know his character's name though because the Suicide Squad is always based off of like villains, and they're not always the top name villains. It's like kind of like lower key villains, and basically, as you saw in Suicide Squad, they put a bomb in them, so if they disobey, they get blown up. So
Yeah.
Suicide Squad normally does not have like A+ villains. It's normally like B and down, and I would consider Harley like a B and down. She's not like Lex Luthor, Darkseid, stuff like that. So she's probably B and down, but yeah, John Cena's villain that he plays has to be like D level, C level.
We'll see. I mean, I think I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
But because it's him, they're gonna raise it.
Yeah, but the fact that they're giving him his own series, I'm kind of curious. All right, so real quick, some people don't realize that Watchmen is actually DC.
Yes.
Love the comic, enjoyed the movie. The endings were very different, and that very drawn out like sex scene
Mm-hmm.
was super awkward.
Yeah.
Me and Taylor recently started the X-Men show on HBO.
Oh, okay. The
And
mutants one.
what?
The mutants one.
No, it's called like Watchmen.
Oh, the Watchmen.
Yeah, and that so far is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard the new
dark.
show was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard the new show was really good. I saw a trailer of it from Comic-Con,
yeah.
but I hated the movie.
I didn't hate it, but there was definitely I didn't like the ending, the switch ending, and I didn't like that sex scene. They made it like awkward, but everything
Yeah.
else was pretty close to the movie though,
Yeah. I
or
mean,
close to the comic book. Sorry,
everything was spot on. Well, almost spot on with
yeah,
it.
almost spot on. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't know why. It's just something about it.
Wait, did you like the comic?
Oh, I love the comic.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah, comic
I
had
actually
great
have
stories.
that right there. See it right now.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Then actually, isn't Hellboy DC, or that's Dark Horse, which is like DC associated,
I think it's Dark Horse.
which is
I think it's
associated with DC.
Yeah, but pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
These got a couple. No, I don't think they have any crossovers.
Maybe.
As far as I know.
Yeah. So, is there any other like Mr. DC? Because I was actually able to add more to this conversation than I was expecting. To be honest with you.
You did. I'm proud of you.
To get people prepared for Justice League, anything that you want to say to add to their excitement of like nerdism that you wanted to add? Like, what is making from your DC nerdism? What is making you excited for the Snyder Cut? Besides the fact that it's 99% going to be better than the other cut.
All right. My final thoughts to pull them in. Here we go. If you've seen it, if you read any of the comics, if you've seen any of the movies, if you played any of the games, if you saw even the first movie, you know that there's going to be a lot of aspect from the games inquired into that. AKA, you had the Batmobile, you had Batman fighting in a more aggressive stance. The thing that draws this one, the Snyder Cut, better than the first one, you have more villains. You see Joker come back around. You finally see Darkseid. They've been talking about it in a lot of different movies. Batman still having the nightmares. So is it the same universe as you saw in the first one? Flash came to him and tried to talk to him. I think that's a Flashpoint paradox type thing. So if you know the comics or if you know the TV shows, you know that kind of ties into it. You actually have the Justice League working together, drawing more people in. They pulled in Deathstroke from Batman vs Superman. They're gonna bring him back. Anything you've ever saw from the comic, you're gonna be able to see from this. I feel, even if it's as iconic as in Batman vs Superman with him in the lightning pose on the side of the building. That's a really great cover. It's 4 hours long. I think they're gonna knock it out of the park with this one. I'm excited. I can't wait to review that. I can't wait to see it. Hopefully, everything I've given you tonight and everything even Rob's given you a ton on
You were
DC.
shocked by that, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. I was. You're a Marvel guy, so I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be different, but
I read the DC comics. You know, I read the DC comics.
absolutely.
I
But I'm
have
excited and I can't wait.
I have some Flash comics too.
Nice.
I have issue 1 of the New Age Flash.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I have a bunch of Green Lantern. Um bunch of Superman. I have issue 1 through 10 of Batman and Son. Oh no. Batman and Robin with Damian.
Okay.
First time Damian's is Robin. Like
Okay.
their actual series.
That's dope.
I'm trying to think of what else I have. Um, I don't know. I have to look through it, but I have so much, dude. You've seen my comic book collection. I should probably just like lay out my comic book collection and be like, here's some top awesome picks, and put it either on the story or the pod.
Hey guys, let us know if you want to do a top 10 comics. That'd be dope.
Ooh, I don't know if I could do that. That would be rough. That would be hard.
That'll be very interesting though. We can do top 10 with honorable mentions.
It would have to be honorable mention because there's so many. You got to think of how long comic books have been written, and we can't say that we even remotely have read even like 1%.
Oh yeah. There's too many
So
stories out there.
there's too many stories out there, like too many. But I think Dan. So I'm gonna say something real quick. Okay, the episode with Dan was a great conversation with Dan, but that was the first time we tried to do video and audio at the same time, and we didn't really get it under control. The podcast version of that episode is fucking god awful. The video version of that is fine. I think eventually we need to have Dan back on as a recast, like a redo.
Let's do it.
Maybe not about X-Men, but he deserves it. He deserves like a redo because yeah, I you and I were discussing this the other day. Like that episode on podcast wise was fucking god awful.
I
Like
apologize for that.
yeah,
It was
it was
embarrassing.
it's it was our technical difficulties of figuring out like how to make the video and the audio work, and we figured it out after that episode. But yeah, that episode was pretty rough. But
It
we have to have Dan back on, give him the justice he deserves on like something super nerdy. And we know that Dan listens or Dan reads comic books. So I think we might have to do if we are going to do a top 10 in our opinion comic books, I think he would have to be one of the guests.
I'm down with that. I'm 1,000% down with that.
Yeah.
Let's get them on. Let's do it.
When we are done with this, Andy, tell me what you want me to do here. I'm gonna go into my comic books.
Okay.
And I'm gonna find 5 awesome DC comic issues that I have. And should I post it on the story or on the actual like social media?
Post it on the post. I'll do the same thing.
Okay. Should we do side by side?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'm down with that because I think that'd be fun.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Because I have so much that I'm gonna be looking through and be like, holy shit, I forgot I had this. I forgot I had this. I forgot I had this. All right, so I think that's a good place to end. Hopefully, we touched on all the Justice League members that are gonna be in the movie. We could add that Deathstroke was basically Deadpool before Deadpool.
No, Deadpool was first, but
No, I
yes,
think I was he.
yes.
Okay,
Well, sort of.
sort of. And like, there's a lot of going back. Like, there's a Mr. Marvel
Yep.
or Captain Marvel
Captain Marvel.
in DC, but
Shazam!
there's also a Captain Marvel in Marvel. And then we didn't talk about Shazam. We didn't talk about Black Adam. We didn't talk about a lot of shit. But we can always do it next time.
So let's do this. fans, listen, we done a lot tonight. We've gone through a lot tonight. If you want to hear more on that, if you want to hear more on Shazam and other characters, let us know. Comment on comment, let us know, rate, review. Uh, Tell us if you want us to do another one. If you want us to reach out on more characters, if you have a character that you want us to reach out on, let us know. We'll dive into that. I'm down with that.
And it doesn't even have to be a character. If you want us to like review a movie, like one of the old school Batmans, like Adam West Batmans, or like the '90s Batman
I
with
got all of them.
Danny DeVito as fucking Penguin, we'll do that. Like
Got all of them. Let's do it.
we can go deep dive on, and we could do a movie review of one of the Christopher Reeves Superman movies. Like, guys, we don't got all the time in the world, but we'll make some time for you guys.
Yes, we will. We'll always make time for you guys.
Yes, we will. So I think again, like that's a good place to end. So again, as always, I'm gonna say it first. Andy can repeat if he wants.
Do
Like,
it.
share, review, comment, rate, subscribe, share, tell your friends, do what you gotta do, leave a review, comment, text us, anything. Let us know what you think. Did you hate it? Did you love it? Did you want us to go deeper? Did you get enough from this to go into the movie to understand it? Tell us. We love the feedback. We always take the feedback and we move forward and we try to make adjustments. Again, we're still early on here. We're still learning. So give us all the love, give us all the feedback, comment, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, check us out. If you didn't know, I'm going to say it again. We are going to be possibly doing, maybe even weekly, a little short clip review of something that we're watching, a movie, TV show, sports, wrestling, something. And it's going to be YouTube exclusive.
Oh, daddy. Listen,
So,
I don't even have to say it all again. You already said it all. Everything he said.
thank you.
Word. So I guess as always, we'll see you next week.
Oh, and to tell you what's going on next week, because we haven't done that.
Oh,
Next
no, we
week,
didn't.
hopefully, if only, possibly, WandaVision season finale. Again, like I said, I heard that there's an extra episode, but we're going to pretend that next Friday is the last season finale of WandaVision. So if that is the case, next week, we have Shawnee back to review
Johnny D.
WandaVision season 1. I don't even know if they're doing a second season, to be honest with you. So this might just be WandaVision review with Sean. We're going to probably go into some deep dive nerdy shit. There's a lot of fucking Easter eggs in each and every episode. We're going to try to find them all. We're going to try to give you some understanding. We're going to do what we can. A lot of the stuff doesn't make sense as of right now because I thought somebody was this and somebody was that, somebody this, somebody that, up, down, left, right. You don't know, but we're going to try to put it all together for you once we figure it out next week.
Oh, whoa, daddy.
As always, this is Rob Cedeno and
Andy Bivians.
And we thank you so much for making it this far in the podcast. Thank you again. And have a wonderful, fantastic, and amazing rest of your week. Talk to you next week.
Peace. See you next week. Peace.
Bong.